growing up, we were called the Cousins for Christ. And my aunt decided that us cousins should get together and sing. So she hooked us up at fairs and churches and all these places. So we got together and we sang. And yes, we did have dresses that matched. They were blue and pink. And I was going to wear mine this morning, but it just wasn't as clean as I wanted it to be. And the last time I wore it, I had to rip it up the back and up the sleeves and everything. So it wasn't appropriate. I don't know what these girls did with theirs, but I can only imagine. Then we had another one. We had this other dress, and I remember it was clean. You would not have wanted us to wear that this morning, because I am telling you, one wrong move and you'd had it. I'm helping them. But we have had a wonderful time. I was going to try to figure out how many of our children and our grandchildren are being taught about God. They all are. There's a lot of them. We have 10, just my husband and I. But, and I cry. I'm older now, and I can do that. When I was younger, I thought I had to be tough and couldn't cry. I was thinking when Sister Karen had said about the pastors that have gone out of this church. My husband and I are one of them. And I was 50 years old. The only church I knew was 6 Points. I knew the other ones, but that was the only one I ever went to. And you know what? It's still home, but I love where I'm at now, and I love doing the work of God. I knew years ago, I always said, I want to get married, I want to marry a preacher. And so I did. And then I became one myself. But you know what? God uses us all in different ways. And He uses us all if we would just be willing, open our hearts, open our lives, open our soul, and say, Jesus, use me, and oh Lord, don't refuse me. And when He gives you a job to do, don't tell Him, no, I don't want that one. Jesus, use me, and oh Lord, don't refuse me. The first song we're going to sing this morning is Through It All. Now, if I were to ask any of you, have you been through anything? Have you been through any tough times in your life? I bet you could jump up and say, yes, I have. But you know what? If I were to ask you, did the Lord get you through it? You could jump up and say, yes, He did. He did, He has, and He will. Through it all. And if you want to sing along, we love sing-alongs.
I've had many tears and sorrows. I've had questions for tomorrow. There've been times I didn't know right from wrong. But in every situation, God gave blessed consolation, that my trials come to only make me strong. Through it all, oh, I've learned to trust in Jesus, and I've learned to trust in God. Through it all, oh, I've learned to depend upon His word. I've been to lots of places, and I've seen a lot of faces. There've been times I felt so all alone. But in all my lonely hours, yes, those precious lonely hours, Jesus let me know that I was His own. Through it all, oh, I've learned to trust in Jesus, and I've learned to trust in God. Through it all, oh, I've learned to depend upon His word. I thank God I thank Him for the valleys. I thank Him for all the storms He's brought me through. Because if I'd never had a problem, I'd never know that He could solve them. I'd never know what faith in God could do. Through it all,
You can clap if you'd like.
through it all, oh, I've learned to trust in Jesus, and I've learned to trust in God. Through it all, through it all, oh, I've learned to depend upon His word. Yes, I've learned to depend upon His word.
Amen. Now, okay, like, my fingers are stuck together because I got to take that out of there because we're going to make you clap on this one. We're
You'll
going
want
sing
to.
the song. We want to make you clap. We don't want to make you. We want you to want to. We are going to sing this song. It starts out with "'Tis the Old Ship is On," and we always had so much fun doing this song. I think the most exciting practice we ever had, a mouse ran across the floor at the old church. But we are so appreciative. We've loved singing. We've loved sharing with each other. You know what? Family. Not just family as cousins, but the family of God. But we're going to start out with the Old Ship of Zion, and then we're going to go into the good old gospel ship. Now, if you're getting kind of antsy sitting there, because I'm an antsy person and I know how to feel that, stand up, look around, clap your hands, sing with us. And we're not going to do this, but I thought this was so funny when Diane mentioned it the other night. At the end of the song, it says, "I'm bidding this world goodbye." And we were going to be like the Van Wert sisters, and you know, those ones on that movie you like, Sister Joyce, you like so well, how they kept saying goodbye, goodbye, and we were going to try to come off the stage. But in our younger years, we might have got away with it. Now we might trip down the steps. So when we sing this, sing it with us and enjoy what the Lord has done in our lives, all of our lives. You wouldn't be here if God didn't do something for you, would you? No. So sing along with us and enjoy praising the Lord. If y'all want to stand, you can stand.
Is the old ship of Zion. 'Tis the old ship of Zion. 'Tis the old ship of Zion. Get on board. Get on board. I have good news to bring, and that is why I sing. All my joys with you I'll share. I plan to take a trip on the good old gospel ship and go sailing through the air. Oh, I'm gonna take a trip in the good old gospel ship, and I'm going far beyond the sky. Oh, I'm gonna shout and sing until the heavens ring, while I'm bidding this world goodbye. Oh, I can scarcely wait. I know I'll not be late, for I'll spend my time in prayer. And when that ship comes in, I'll leave this world of sin and go sailing through the air. Oh, I'm gonna take a trip in the good old gospel ship. I'm going far beyond the sky. Oh, I'm gonna shout and sing until the heavens ring, while I'm bidding this world goodbye. If you're ashamed of me, you have no cause to be, for with Christ I am an heir. If too much fault you find, you'll surely be left behind, while I go sailing through the air. Oh, I'm gonna take a trip in the good old gospel ship. I'm going far beyond the sky. Oh, I'm gonna shout and sing until the heavens ring, while I'm bidding this world goodbye. Oh, I'm gonna take a trip in the good old gospel ship. I'm going far beyond the sky. Oh, I'm gonna shout and sing until the heavens ring, while I'm bidding this world goodbye. While I'm bidding this world goodbye.
Amen.